of Canada, north of the border, for this Week's 5 contest here in Vancouver, as the 3-0 Vancouver Legion welcome in the 3-1 Queen City Corsairs. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Eric Vincent alongside the Hall of Famer Eddie Gage. Justin Reside and Ike McBride are in the stat strip. Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. And Eddie, both of these teams, it's kind of a prove-it game for both of these teams. Vancouver, they're 3-0, but they've collectively played opponents that are 1-10. Queen City, 3-1 overall. They had a really bad loss a couple weeks ago, so we really don't know what to expect between both of these teams.
Absolutely not, but SFL Nation, first things first. What up, though? Glad to be back in the booth with you. And between these two teams, there are 39 seasons worth of experience. But yet, this is only the 6th time these two teams have met. Both teams riding high, Vancouver undefeated, but yet some would call untested. Queen City with an impressive win last week over the previously unbeaten Albuquerque Adams. Who shall get that win today? We shall find out.
We shall indeed. Queen City playing their opponents tough all season long. Length of victory, only 7 points at maximum. And Queen City, as we mentioned, playing opponents with a collective record of 1-10. Prove-it game for both of these squads, as Vancouver will start off with the football at the 28-yard line. We'll see Christian Brown come out.
The key to victory for both of these teams, in my opinion, Vancouver comes into this game second in the league in points scored per game, but as we've talked about, against unproven opposition. Queen City, on the other hand, has given up the second most points of the game. Whose defense shall rise to the occasion today, in my opinion, is going to win this game?
Vancouver going to start off with no backs in the backfield. And Brown will throw. He's got a good pocket. He's going to step up. He's going to fire, and it's incomplete. He was looking for BK12. That brings up second down. We'll look at the Legion offense quickly. Christian Brown at quarterback. Ike McBride and Sooner Nakai, along with Mateo Privado, are in the backfield. Nick Lockett, the Hall of Famer Brett Killian, Ezekiel Bear, and Lily Nakai are the wide receivers. Sharona Privado, John Michael Sudduth are the tight ends. Gregory Winnell, Leo Chang, Rylan Caudill, Mango S. Moody, and Brunter Grayjam are along the front 5 in the offensive line. Second and 10, still going with no backs. Brown to throw again, over the middle. Catch is made this time near midfield, and a first down out to Ezekiel Bear.
In heavy traffic, 2 Queen City Corsair defenders draped all over them. Somehow comes up with a big catch, move to change, and talk about pocket protection on both those plays so far. On first and second down, Vancouver's offensive line has stepped up to the plate.
Looking good through the air so far. First time we've seen a running back in the backfield with Christian Brown. And it's going to be a handoff to Privado, who only gets maybe a yard. And we'll look at the Queen City defense. Harley Wilson, P. Fudor, Chad Stinson, and Robert Crone along the front 4. Josiah Grackleflint, Luke Swift, Finn Steele, and Morgan Brown, the linebackers. Justin Reside, Elijah Quick, Eric Belmont, the corners. Alex Marshall, G.B. Wallace, and Nate Hall are the safeties. As we see the first carry for Ike McBride, and she moves forward for a gain of 5, bringing up a 3rd and 4.
3rd down and 4, and we've seen this movie before from Vancouver, surprising a lot of teams around the league and taking notice this empty and single back offense that they tend to display throughout the entire game. Man to man.
Yep, Queen City going with a man defense look on 3rd down. Brown to throw, one-on-one coverage, catch is made for a first down. Lily Nakai will move the sticks for the Legion.
And you can see immediately the matchup was just a nightmare for the rookie Elijah Quick there. Just too big, too strong. Just put his back to the defender, posted him up, uses his body to shield him between him and the football, and gets the first down.
11th overall pick is Quick, but I mean, he's sitting at 6'3", which is tall for a corner, but Lily Nakai sitting at 6'6". That's a matchup problem, as Privado gets a huge lane in the middle of the field for a gain of 8 on first down.
And here within 2 minutes already, Vancouver finds himself within field goal range.
Productive drive so far as they are just inside of the 30-yard line of Queen City. Sudeth in motion, 4 wide. Handoff goes back to McBride, trying to find a little bit of room, and nothing doing there. Good run support by GB Wallace, makes it a 3rd and 3.
Second third down attempt here for Vancouver on this drive. Completed the previous one. 3rd and 3. Queen City's defense got to step up.
Looks like the Corsairs are coming back out in man. Brown, delayed handoff right up the middle, and it's going to be a 1st down, as Tofield is able to get just enough to move the sticks.
Just enough is right. Caught Queen City off guard there, thinking pass.
Vancouver quick in and out of the huddle, using motion on pretty much every play on this drive as Sudeth goes in motion again. Brown to pass, looking, and he's going to take off. He's been known to do that. Got 3 rushing touchdowns to his credit, and he's got 7 yards on 1st down there to make it a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, he picked up 7 yards, but he needs to learn how to slide a bit more prematurely than that because Jasad Gackleflint was looking to take his head off.
Well, he looked like he did on that play. A little slow to get up, but he's fine as McBride gets buried in the backfield there. Loss of 2, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. This is going to be the longest 3rd down attempt by Vancouver so far on this drive. 2 for 2 so far.
See if Queen City can hold here. Just outside of the red zone. Blitz is coming. Brown looking for something, anything, and he's going to get taken down. Harley Wilson with the sack there.
Taken down for a loss on the play. Going to force a field goal attempt here to end his promising drive by Vancouver.
And you talked about the rookie Elijah Quick. Harley Wilson, another rookie here, 32nd pick in the 2nd round. And looking good on that play, making a 4th down and a field goal attempt here for a chance to win. 43 yards.
Four for 4 on the season thus far.
From the right hash, it's going to be up and perfect. So Vancouver takes the early lead, 3-0, off of that 12-play drive that eats up just over 4.5 minutes off the clock.
To my surprise, although they were very aggressive on offense, going empty and single back and try a drive, they chew up a lot of clock.
Well, there wasn't a whole lot of incompletions on that drive, kept the clock moving. Vancouver with a good start. Christian Brown, 2 of 3 for 29 yards. Ends up with 3 points out of the deal, and Queen City will start off at the 20-yard line. Michael Brown coming out, the offseason signing from Pittsburgh.
Talking to Ryan Davis for Queen City pregame, he said he want to be smart on offense, limit the amount of turnovers they throw in both end, mix in a bunch of run and passes, trying to keep this Vancouver defense off balance.
Brown with 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions on the young season. And he will throw to start things off. Rolling out, throws casually over towards the far sideline, and a quick 11-yard gain out to Joe Beasley.
That was a casual-looking throw. It almost reminded me of Michael Vick, how he just flicks it out of there like it's nothing.
Good route there by Beasley. And we touched on this a little bit pregame as well, Eddie, that Joe Beasley is going to be the big play target. He had over 200 yards in week 1 against Oklahoma City off of just 9 catches, so he is the big play threat for this Corsair offense.
Averaging over 20 yards a carry.
First carry goes to Jalen Wells, who was signed in week 3. And a loss of 1 on that play brings up 2nd and long.
2nd and long, do not want to get behind the sticks against this Vancouver defense, who's only given up 16 points thus far in 3 games.
Both Jalen Wells and GP Wells signed week 3 to help bolster this backfield as Brown is in trouble and he's going to go down. Gerald Giudice in the middle of that line brings him down, and it's going to be, they'll mark him down for a no gain, but it's still a sack nonetheless.
Believe it or not, Jared Dudasevich has been in the league for 9 seasons already. Time flies in the SFL.
Always
3rd and 11.
does. 4 wide for Queen City here.
They're bringing the blitz.
Brown's going to roll out. Good pocket. He's going to fire. He's going to throw a pick. Going back the other way. And a good play there by Blackman as he's able to give his offense the possession in plus territory.
They put a lot of trust in Emmanuel there as they brought 2 slot corners on that play, leaving him one-on-one with the receiver who has a 2-way goal. Very impressive, very hard to do as a defender. You're happy just to see them bat the ball down, but to come away with the ball is even more impressive.
And he was in Ryan Davis's hip pocket the entire route. Great play there by Emmanuel Blackman.
Starting this drive on Queen City's 43-yard line.
4 wide, trips towards the top of the formation, single back. Blitz going to come, and Akai is able to get a couple on that play.
If you're Queen City, you're hoping that those corners are good open field tacklers because based off what we see here today by Vancouver's offense, they're going to need to be.
Brown with blitz coming again. He's going to shuffle, look, and fire. He's got BK12, the Hall of Famer, inside the 25-yard line. Mark him down at the 24, and that's a first down for the Legion.
If you're going to blitz, you better get to the quarterback because you do not want Brett Killian out there on an island against these corners. The Hall of Famer is going to take advantage of his years of experience.
Not much that Justin Reside could do on that one. Still pretty good coverage, but BK12, 16 seasons in this league and very clearly a Hall of Famer. First and 10 now. Brown back to the air. He's going to check it down. He was looking for Lockett. But a little bit of a low throw on that one. Brings up second down.
Second down, yeah, that ball was thrown low and can't fault the receiver on that one.
Vancouver comfortable with the passing attack early on against the Corsairs defense. As Brown is still looking. He's going to fire end zone and incomplete into double coverage.
Luckily that ball was not intercepted in the end zone. The defender got both hands on it, but was unable to come away with it.
Alex Marshall and Nate Hall, those are 2 safeties that I do not want to pick on if I'm throwing the football.
Alex Marshall with 4 seasons of experience here in the SFL. Wishing he had that one back.
3rd and 10 now. Queen City trying to force a field goal. Brown, good clean pocket, pump fakes, and he's going to go down. P. Fedor with the sack, bringing up a 4th down and another field goal attempt.
Another field goal attempt, and all things considered, knowing that Vancouver started this drive inside their own 50, to settle for a field goal attempt, that's a win for this Queen City defense.
Absolutely. 2 third down attempts just outside of the red zone and 2 sacks on back-to-back drives for this Queen City offense, this time right down the middle for a chance to win. 2 for 2, 6-0 ball game for the Legion.
These fans are excited, but they know that was a missed opportunity for this offense.
And that drive did not go very far. Started off in plus territory.
Yeah.
Only ended up going 12 yards on that play, or on that drive, I should say, and a 45-yard made field goal for a chance to win. Another big kickoff, another touchback here for Queen City, and they'll hope to rectify the turnover situation and get some points on the board here.
Talking to Mark Lopez for Vancouver, he said his desire is to try to find a way to hold Queen City to 20 points or less. As he went through practice this week against their scout team, when he's done that, they come away victors.
Good start so far. 1 possession, no points. And a handoff there to GP Wells will give them a gain of 2. We'll look at the Corsairs offense. Michael Brown and Isaac Covert are both quarterbacks. Ace Ketchum, Charlie Baker, GP Wells and Jalen Wells are in the backfield for the Corsairs. Adrian Ellis Sr., Joseph Badette, Ryan Davis, Bob Wood, and Joe Beasley are the wide receivers. And we'll get a look at the rest of the offense following this run here by Charlie Baker, which will get close to the line to gain, 3rd and 1. James Matthew Jr., Talia Bobby, they're the tight ends. Kai Pickle and Demon Pickle are along the offensive line.
3rd down and a full yard ahead of him.
And it's going to be a tough one there. Big hit there in the backfield by DJ Woods. Ace Ketchum had absolutely no chance, and it's going to be a 3-and-out for the Corsairs offense.
6'1", 280 pounds. How is the man able to get out of his stance and make the tackle in the backfield that quickly? That's very impressive.
Unchecked, unblocked, big hit, and a fair catch called for and made at the 28-yard line by Lili Nakai.
Well, I'm still thinking about that hit. That was immediate contact. I mean, he went down immediately.
Major momentum early on for the Legion, both offensively and defensively. Setting up shop from just south of the 30-yard line. Bravado nowhere to go. And a good tackle in the backfield by Luke Swift, the most improved player of the season just a season ago.
Thus far, the Queen City defense is doing a great job defending the run. 10 carries by Vancouver has netted only 12 yards.
Brown going back to the air on 2nd down. Gonna fire and incomplete. Once again, Luke Swift out there playing defense, swatting the football away, and it's gonna bring up 3rd and long.
A moment there, I thought he reeled that in. He had his back to the quarterback. Wow.
Definitely had an opportunity at it. Could have tipped it to himself.
Single high safety.
3rd and 11 here. Blitz coming. Brown's in trouble trying to find anybody. He's going to fire, and he's got Lili. 1st down into Queen City territory for the Legion.
And if Queen City is going to win this game, they have got to find a way to put pressure on the quarterback. All too often here early in this game, we've seen Christian Brown have all day in the pocket to sit out there, wait for a receiver to clear the zone, and hit him for a 1st down. Unacceptable.
We know that they're capable. 2 sacks, forcing field goal attempts on the previous 2 drives.
Yeah.
Got to get more consistent pressure for sure. Lockett in motion makes trips towards the bottom of the formation. Man defense for the Corsairs. Brown to throw. He's going to find a man. It's Nick Lockett, the motion man, and it's going to be another 1st down for the Legion.
I know the score is only 6-0, but if Queen City is going to win this game, they got to get more pressure up front from that front 7.
I mean, when the receivers are running routes like this, and it's a great wide receiver room for the Legion as well. I mean, they're going to have to get more pressure on Christian Brown if they're going to keep this close. End of one, though. It is a close game, 6-0. 2 field goals for the Legion as they have a small lead over the Queen City Corsairs. SFL on VFN continues as we've got myself, Eric Vincent, alongside the Hall of Famer Eddie Gage in the broadcast booth. Justin Reside and Ike McBride are in the stats truck. Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. Back-to-back drives have stalled out from right around this point for the Legion, but BK12 is going to add 6 yards to the deal and make it a 2nd and 4.
At this point, and I hate to continue to harp on this, but at this point, it looks like they're going through a walkthrough practice right now, driving down the field.
It does give that feel. It looks like it's just a walkthrough, just shells, no pads, no nothing. And Vancouver is just running through things, running through their offense. Queen City just giving them a look.
Single high safety again.
4 wide single back. McBride going to get the carry. Big hit in the backfield there. Alex Marshall playing run defense from his safety spot and a loss of a couple.
And that's why it was single high, because they brought Alex Marshall on a blitz. I kind of saw that coming, and they chose the right side of the field. I mean, I don't know if that's scouting or what, but great job defending that play.
Go 5 wide, no backs. Brown under center on 3rd and 6. He's got plenty of time retreating, trying to find anybody. And now he's going to finally take off, trying to find the sticks, and he's going to slide a couple yards short. A little bit late on the decision, I think, there, Eddie, and that's what forced the 4th down.
It was, but it was a long way to go, and I like the decision. Don't try to force anything downfield. If it's not open, there's no problem setting for a field goal.
To win, 2 for 2 so far, this time from 36 yards, and he is 3 for 3, making it a 9-0 ball game.
9-0, but Queen City's seen this movie before. There's no need to panic just yet. They were down 21-0 just last week against the previously unbeaten Albuquerque team before coming back to win that game, holding Albuquerque scoreless throughout the rest of that contest. They know they can do it. They just got to get on the sidelines and come up with a different philosophy of how to attack this offense.
And I agree with you, Eddie. It's a funny thing, momentum, as it feels like it's 21-0, but in actuality, only 9-0. Good return by Ellis, and we'll toss it over to SFL HQ for our first game break. Commissioner Cameron Irvine. Cam.
Thank you, Eric. Eddie's going to love this one. Mexico City, Fort Worth. Watch Hacker top of the screen. Steven Hacker, the wheel route and beating man coverage. And then he gets a little showboaty and almost goes out of bounds, but scores anyway. 10-7 Aztecs, a good one in Texas. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. I hate seeing my Toros almost making a mistake. It's a good run by GP Wells there up the middle. Good defense, I should say, by Vancouver. Brings up 2nd down.
Had he run out of bounds, I might have lost it.
Oh, I would never hear the end of it. Michael Brown with the rollout, and he's going to go down. Delayed blitz coming in from the safety, Jack Russell, and Vancouver is going bonkers here at Canada Field.
You hit it on that head, delayed blitz, and he's got to get that ball out to his tight end, James Matthews Jr., who was out in the flat, but for whatever reason, decided not to throw it to him.
Packed house here on the west coast of Canada. The Legion with firm control over this game. Still only 9-0, but Queen City having trouble getting anything going offensively. And they're faced with a 3rd and long. Brown gonna throw. Catch is made by Ellis, but it's gonna be short of the line to gain. Good play there by Jack Russell once again, and it's gonna be another punt for the Corsairs.
Yeah, they're converting these passes on 3rd and long, but the problem is they're in too many 3rd and long situations, and it's just too far to expect the offense to convert.
Another punt by Trace Welsh. Another fair catch. Called for a made right about the 20-yard line by Lily Nakai.
On 20-yard line for Vancouver starting this drive, and the way they've been sucking up clock. As a head coach of Vancouver, perhaps they go with a conservative drive here and try to eat up more clock and leave Queen City with little opportunity to respond.
Vancouver's been very confident offensively. And Brown is going to go back to the air, throws it into double coverage and threads the needle to the Hall of Famer Killian as he gets a 1st down.
I don't know about retroactive catch of the game, but look at this throw. Back shoulder, only where his man can catch it. 2 defenders, including Alex Marshall, who just made that superb play a moment ago. That was a great throw.
Gonna have to get a partnership with, Dogecoin or something and give us the dime of the game. 3 wide after that 1st down completion. Brown not gonna take any chances. He's gonna take off and run, and a good tackle there by Luke Swift, and a 9-yard gain there for Christian Brown on 1st down.
I wonder if guys like Andy Hamilton and Mark Lopez panic when they see their quarterback not slide.
I think we all panic a little bit. Bravado's got the 1st down and more as he rumbles inside of Queen City territory just past the 45-yard line. Yeah, we definitely worry a little bit more. I think everybody does when the quarterback takes off and runs.
Ashley Jackson, quarterback for the Scorpions, she always asks if I can put in plays when she scrambles for a 1st down. I told her never. I got the Red Sea ahead of you. Why would I want to do that?
After the
Blitz.
first down conversion, 4 wide, McBride trouble on the ground offensively and still struggling as a good run defense here from the Corsairs.
Yeah, they bottled up this run game all day long so far. It's been the passing game that's done them in.
Far just over 30 yards offensively on the ground for the Legion, but Brown has been tearing it up through the air. And Brown's going to throw. He got hit from behind just as he released it, looking for Lockett, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
That hit that just got made on Christian Brown reminded me years ago when the San Francisco Giants were playing against the San Francisco 49ers were playing against the New York Giants, and Joe Montana got hit from behind, and he suffered a back injury, and he was never the same for quite some time.
Thankfully, Christian Brown okay after that hit. 3rd and 8. Gonna fire it over the middle, and it's incomplete. Got tipped up in the air looking for Bear, and I was holding my breath waiting for a Queen City interception, but it brings up 4th down.
Alex Marshall was right there. He must not have seen the flight of the ball because he had an opportunity to pick that one up.
Just outside of field goal range, Vancouver are going to have their first punt, and it's still a chance to win handling the punting duties. Small return by Queen City will bring it out to the 20-yard line. Folks, the 2025 SFL convention kicks off the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th through the 14th. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency, looking out into Baltimore's Inner Harbor. You can reserve your room now at the special group rate at simfl.net.
Empty bunt's going to send the running back into the backfield for pass protection.
And Ketchum going to run a route.
It's a fumble.
And it's a fumble there. Vancouver able to jump on top of it. Emmanuel Blackman already with an interception. He's got a fumble recovery.
I think this is going to get looked at, though, because I'm not quite sure that ball is going forward. They're going to look at this and probably overturn it.
I was with you there, Eddie. Just at first glance, it looked like it was a forward pass, and Queen City not happy with the ruling, and we're going to get a retroactive look at the play. Get your console to play SFL on the go at GoRetroid.com.
Yeah, you're going to get another look at this, hopefully from a better angle, but that is like a clear forward pass to me.
This is not the best angle, but you can pretty much tell there it went a couple yards forward.
He was standing at the 4, and it landed around a 3. I think this is going to get overturned. Yeah, there it is.
Yep, so Queen City not going to be charged the timeout. It's going to be an incomplete pass and bring up 2nd down.
You know what? As coaches, we are our own worst critics because I saw on the sidelines Andy Hamilton and Mark Lopez were asking, why is Christian Brown not throwing the post routes yet? Although he's thrown for 100-plus yards here already, and it's not halftime yet.
Just over 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Carry by Charlie Baker. Both teams having their own struggles with the ground game so far, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
You know, I lost a bet to Brett of Vancouver, and I was supposed to get some Vancouver gear and force me wear it on the Streets of Talking show, but he has yet to give me his information.
Oh, looks like he got off of that one scot-free as Brown is going to take off and run, and he's trying to find a little bit of room. Nothing doing. Gets close to the line to gain, but it's going to be another 4th down, another Queen City punt.
All too often, we've seen Queen City in these 3rd and long situations, and it's just putting their offense in a bad predicament.
Another punt by Welsh, another good one. No fair catch this time as Lely elects to return it and pass the 40-yard line to the 42. Just over 4 minutes to go. Vancouver with another opportunity to add some points on the board. That's been all Legion so far.
Yeah, they're looking to close out this first half here with a bang. Haven't scored a touchdown yet, which is somewhat surprising considering they're the 2nd best scoring team in the SFL so far this season. Queen City showing a lot of man defense today so far.
Yep, agreed. Vancouver going to go 4 wide on this first down play. Brown going to fire it. BK12 with another catch and another first down.
BK with his 4th catch of the day. This is going to go for about 12 yards, giving him about 53, 54 in the game here in the first half. Can't keep that Hall of Famer down for too long.
And you could sense the trust and rapport that both Christian Brown and Brett Killian have. I mean, Brown's been throwing dimes over in his direction into double coverage and still able to come up with the football. And once again, trying to go that route. This time falls incomplete, though.
Alex Marshall, for him to only have 4 seasons of SFL experience, he's doing an okay job out there trying to help cover BK12 over the top.
Alex Marshall, one of those guys that plays like a veteran that's been around for 10 seasons, only been around 4 seasons, which is wild.
10 first downs by Vancouver so far in this game.
Speaking of wild. Brown back to the air. Gonna throw, and he's got BK12 again. Inside the 30, close to the 25-yard line, and another first down.
Vancouver has invested in 5 contract offensive linemen this season, and this first half is showing you why they decided to do so. I remember several seasons ago, Andy was never a fan of bringing in offensive linemen to pay this kind of money to, but they've done so this season, and Christian Brown is thankful for it. There's that blitz again by the safety.
Yep, Brown back to the air, though. Doesn't affect him one bit as he finds Lockett, and it's going to be the first and goal we've seen from either team here this evening.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of bringing a safety on a blitz. It's just too far to get home on. Now, if the defensive lineman can take advantage of that and get to the quarterback quicker, that's one thing. But to expect a safety to do it, that's another.
Get a look at Brown's numbers. Very efficient so far here this evening. Going 4 wide, delayed handoff. McBride trying to find a little room and can't get free. And it's a good tackle by Morgan Brown to force 2nd and goal.
Going to force 2nd down and goal. And so far, Queen City has forced Vancouver to 3 field goal attempts, looking for their 4th here.
Going with a gun look from the 3-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 3.
And more man from Queen City.
Draw.
Another handoff, this time to Bravado, and he gets into the end zone. First touchdown of the game, and it goes to the Legion.
This is another topic we talked about pregame. Vancouver came into this game with 11 touchdowns. 9 of them have been on the ground. Bravado just scored the 10th.
The Legion have been in control all evening long so far. Getting the first touchdown on the board and taking a 2-score lead.
Andy is upset that Mike O'Neill is giving out the T for Vancouver.
I noticed that. 16-0 now the score. 2:10 to go. Queen City with all 3 timeouts, but they have had 0 success offensively so far, Eddie. And I mean, man, it's all been 3 and outs, either an interception or a punt.
0 for 4 on 3rd down for Queen City thus far in this first half, and it's because of the distance they've had to travel to get those first downs. They've been 3rd long all night.
Bob Wood will set them up at the 25-yard line off the return. And despite the offensive woes that we've seen from Queen City, Vancouver only a 16-0 lead. The Queen City defense has done very, very well, only allowing 1 score off of these possessions, but Vancouver obviously scoring on all of their possessions.
Plenty of time, but they got to get help from their offense.
All of their possessions but 1, I should say. Going to the ground game, and again, both teams struggling to get anything going. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9.
2-minute warning.
2 minutes to go here from Vancouver. 16-0 the score. Legion on top of the Corsairs. SFL action on VFN continues. Eric Vincent and Eddie Gage in the broadcast booth. Justin Reside, Ike McBride in the stats truck. Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. Brown to throw. He's going to check it down. Short throw and a short gain there by Adrian Ellis Sr. Only maybe a yard as Manuel Blackman makes the stop.
And yet another third and very long for Queen City to try to pick up.
Blackman's looked good today. Already got an interception to his credit. Third and 8 for Queen City. Brown's going to roll out. Going to fire it just outside of the outstretched hands of Bodette. And it's going to be another punt for Queen City.
Very hard to convert on third down, particularly on the road in front of a raucous crowd. Hard to get the signal in from the sidelines. Hard to communicate that to your players. If you throw an audible out there, it just gets that much more spicy, and Queen City has to punt yet again.
Snap. Welsh able to get that one away. Nakai with the return, out past the 35 to the 36-yard line. And looks like we got man down. Dominic Rhodes, the injured special teamer. His medical staff will take a look at him.
Now, if you're Vancouver here, already up 16-0, Mark, do you get aggressive here? Mark. Eric, I'm thinking about Mark Lopez. Do you get aggressive here trying to put up another field goal attempt at least?
I mean, you might as well. I mean, you know, Queen City started off with the football. Or no, excuse me, Vancouver started off with the football. So you know that they're going to give them the second half kickoff. Might as well try and get as many points as you can off the board, especially when you're able to get 6-7 yard chunks on first down there.
Just over a minute left and all 3 timeouts at their disposal as well.
Just under a minute to go, near midfield. Brown on 2nd and 3, going to hand it off up the middle. And just enough for a first down. Vancouver going to call their first time out.
Just enough for a first down, that's right. Just shy of midfield, 2 timeouts remaining. And an aggressive offense equates to plenty of time for Vancouver.
Lockett and Killian, the 2 wideouts with the most receiving yards so far in this first half. Brown to throw. He's going to fire it Killian's way and inside the 40-yard line of Queen City, and another timeout for Vancouver.
That was a tight window between Christian Brown and his Hall of Famer, but great job finding him.
And we've seen that during the course of this first half. Brown very comfortable with making those uncomfortable throws.
7 of his last 10 pass attempts has found his receivers.
Over 100 yards on those 7 completions as well. Brown will throw again and again. Finds his wideout. That's Lockett. Vancouver out of timeouts now.
When you get no pressure on the quarterback, giving Christian Brown that much time to find an open receiver, it just spells disaster. I don't care how good these corners are. It's just too much to take on. Cover 2.
Brown going to find Killian again, and again another first down, but no timeouts as Killian hits the century mark in the first half. Brown back to the air. Going to throw it. Killian's got it, but he's tackled inbounds again. And
they may run out of time here.
They might run out of time. Yeah, absolutely, Eddie.
They're going to bring out the kicker, but I'm not sure he's going to get this ball off.
I don't know if they're going to get it. 2
Chance
seconds.
to win. 1 second.
Didn't
get it.
Wow. Unbelievable. Queen City able to hold steady and keep the Legion off the board. 16-0, the halftime score. But man, oh man, it feels like it could have been that much more as the Legion have got heavy momentum going into the second half, Eddie.
They do, and for Queen City to get back in this game, in my opinion, they got to get a bit more aggressive, trying to put some pressure on the quarterback, because it seems like they just don't have the talent to get home with their front four, and it's just not going to get the job done. I don't care how great your secondary is. You got guys back there like Justin Razad and Alex Marshall. They've had great individual moments, but long term, it's just a recipe for disaster. They got to put pressure on the quarterback to give their defense on the back end a chance to make plays. On offense, they got to find a way to get into shorter third down situations. All too often tonight, we've seen them in 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 situations. They got to be more efficient on 1st and 2nd down to give themselves a chance.
Let's take a quick halftime break presented by Breaks GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
An Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Breaks GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Breaks GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Breaks GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, breaksgpt.com.
I think the football hit the crossbar.
Which is wild. You don't see that all that often. Again, we're talking about wild. Let's look at the stats, Eddie.
Yeah.
I mean, Queen City just having no success offensively at all.
At all. Vancouver's living up to the billing. I'm only giving up 16 points so far.
Yep, averaging just 5 points a game collectively, and we'll toss it over to SFL HQ for a game break with Commissioner Cameron Irvine. Cam.
Thank you, Eric. It was 1st and goal at the 1 for Fort Worth, and Mexico City gets 3 straight stops. The defending champs stand tall, but the Toros have a 3-point lead late in the 3rd. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. Speaking of nervous, my Toros are making me nervous here. As Michael Brown go to throw.
There we go.
Good throw there, close to the line to gain, as Ryan Davis gets about 9.5.
About 9 7/8. Going to set up a 3rd and inches, and Queen City better convert this 3rd down attempt.
Call it 3rd and an index card.
There you go.
2 backs. Queen City having trouble with the run game. Still having trouble with it. And
They are
gonna
gonna get
a
it.
loss. Unbelievable. Achilles Papatanis getting in there for the TFL, and Queen City going to have to punt again.
That is depressed. They're going to challenge the spot, and I don't know. That looked closer to me. I didn't think he lost yards, but I'm not sure he actually got the 1st down either. So I think they're going to win the challenge, but they are going to get the 1st down.
I'm with you on that one, Eddie. We'll take another retroactive look at the play. Get your console to play SFL on the go at GoRetroid.com. I don't know if it was a 2-yard loss, Eddie.
Yeah.
It's closer than it looked like, at first glance, but I still don't know if he got it.
They're going to win this challenge, but they unfortunately are going to not get the 1st down. Yep.
Yep, so Queen City will win the challenge. We'll have to see where exactly they spot the football.
It's not a 1st.
It is going to be a 4th and 1, so they get a yard out of the deal. But I highly doubt that they're going to go for it here deep in their own territory.
Yeah, they would now. They already got the punt team out there, and so far in this game, Vancouver's defense is living up to the billing.
Lele with another return here, and she'll make it out to the 36-yard line. And you're absolutely right. I mean, Eddie, we talked about it. We weren't exactly sure what to make of the defensive stats for Vancouver coming in here. averaging 5.3 points per game. I mean, they're pitching a shutout right now.
They are. It's going to actually decrease at this rate, which is amazing in itself.
Only 1 first down to Queen City's credit all game long as we get into the second half of play. Christian Brown, good success through the air and continued success. And why not with a Hall of Famer in your receiving room? And that's going to be another first down.
If you had Brett Killian on your fantasy football team starting this week, you're a happy camper. Because right now, he's over 100 yards on 9 catches.
Especially if you're in a PPR league. I mean, shoot, that's 9 easy points. And then on top of that, the yardage, man.
Yeah.
4 wide for the Legion. First down just south of midfield. Bravado, good stiff arm there. He's going to bounce it to the outside. And he's got first down yardage. Angry run there by Mateo Bravado.
Angry run like J.W. Hartshorn like to tell you all the time. I mean, they're just methodically breaking this team down. They're starting to get a little winded here. And it's because their offense just not on the field enough to give those guys a break.
Give that man the scepter. Do we have an SFL scepter? Can we mail him the scepter?
We're looking
I don't
to
know.
that.
I don't
Is
know
it-
if that's trademarked or not.
Is it in Cam's budget to get us one? I'm not sure.
We need to get one. Got to get one. First down. Brown in trouble. Finally got a block, but we're going to have a flag on the play. John Michael Southern going up for the football, but it's going to be DPI, Eddie.
Yeah, that was a face guard, and I think it hit the defender in the back, but I'm not sure if it hit the defender before or after he made contact. Let's look at this. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, ticky-tacky for sure, as Swift was flagged on the play there. First down for Vancouver, and just everything going their way so far.
Andy Hamilton said that if Cam doesn't get it, he'll dig down deep into his wallet and get it for him.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. First down for Brown, again trying to go that way. They've been running that route all night long, Eddie, and finally Alex Marshall clamps the door shut on that one.
Yeah, he's made a few great plays tonight, and when he doesn't have as much time to throw, that's when the window tends to get tighter.
Second down. Brown looking deep, got Killian again. Just shy of the 10-yard line. It's got to be a fresh set of downs for the Legion.
I mean, at this point, I know he's miles behind DR Sim all time in receiving yardage, but he's going to cut into a big chunk of that lead here this weekend.
I mean, DR shifted over to halfback in the offseason, so, you know, not as many receiving yards going his way anymore.
I hear the plan is for him to return to receiver next year. Is that safety blitz?
Oh, one-handed grab by Nick Lockett. Just shy of the end zone. Going to set up first and goal. But you know what? That's the nice hands catch brought to you by
There you
Retroid.
go.
Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it, SFL 4K23.
Nice catch by Nick. That was his 4th grab of the day for 68 yards. Christian Brown started out slow, but he's picked up the pace quite a bit here in terms of that completion percentage.
He is putting up stupid numbers right now as Nakai got to get in on the action, that's McBride, and she gets into the end zone for the second touchdown of the evening for the Legion.
As a defense, how do you manage to defend that when you're in goal line or nickel, when they lining up and spreading you out wide and just running the ball up a yard? That is very hard to cover.
Sledding all night long here for the Queen City Corsairs. Great record coming into this game, and just a tough matchup here against Vancouver, especially when you're not sure what you're going to get from Vancouver. We've seen ups and downs for the Legion over the course of past few seasons or so, and man, oh man, it's been tough sledding so far.
It has, and we have to also remember that Queen City is a young team with young coaches. You know, they're going to gather up all of this information they're receiving today, learn from it, and bounce back moving forward, I'm sure.
Still
look at
plenty
that
of
move.
time. I mean, Queen City can definitely mount a comeback. Despite the fact being down 23 points, it feels like they should be down by 50 right now.
It does, but that defense kept them in the game early on, forcing Vancouver to kick those field goals.
Got to get some sort of offensive production here. Midway through the third quarter. Only one first down all evening long. Got to get something going.
Yeah. Blitz spread, I don't think we've seen this look from Queen City today.
Going to go on the ground. And still moderate success there. Only a couple yards as Farnsey is able to make the stop. Got to get a good chunk of about 5 or 6 yards here, and that's definitely not going to do it. Clogging the lanes are the linebackers here for the Legion, and a loss of maybe a couple, I think, on that play. It's going to bring up third down and long.
Yeah, they marked it 3rd and 8 as a previous down, but I think he lost at least a half a yard there. 8 men in the box for Vancouver in that last play.
Now they're going with the man look here. Brown going to step up and throw. Oh, man, he was getting so close. Going to bring up 4th down again. Not a single 3rd down converted. And I think, Eddie, if he maybe hung back a little bit longer in the pocket and just let the play develop, he might have been able to find a receiver.
Perhaps he would have, but just like we said, the down and distance has been too much to overcome.
Now that Queen City defense going to have to go back out on the field. They have done their absolute best, given how the offense has performed. But man, oh man, at some point, it's the floodgates are going to open, Eddie.
I think so too. I mean, they're getting tired out there. Their offense has converted 1 first down so far in this game. I mean, as soon as the defense sits down and gets a drink of Gatorade, they ask to go right back out there, and it's just a lot to be asked of those guys to do, especially the big guys up front.
Haven't seen a sack since maybe the first quarter. Good clean pocket once again. One-handed grab over the middle by Ezekiel Bear, and that's another first down. And that's been the success for Vancouver. They've been getting first down plays on first down.
It is, and when I was talking to Mark Lopez, he said the key to this game for him and their offense was to spread the ball around. He didn't want just BK involved. He told me they're going to get Bear some catches today, and so far they're doing just that.
And I mean, you look at the numbers. I mean, Brown obviously going highly through the air with 276 yards passing, but I mean, Killian with over 100 yards, Lockett 60-plus yards, Bear and Lely both with 30-plus yards. Tight ends just haven't gotten involved yet. That's the only set of receivers that really haven't gotten their hands on the ball.
Don't tell that to Mike Daggs.
Oh, he will not be pleased. Brown gonna throw again. There's John Michael Sutton. Hashtag throw it to the tight end. First down again for the Legion.
Ask and you shall receive. Christian Brown said, okay, I got you. He was going to throw it to BK12. He thought he was open, but he said, you know what? Just because you guys said that, let me find my big tight end and make sure he wants to return to the team next season.
I mean, look, JMS, 6'7", 250-plus. I mean, that's a big target to find over the middle of the field, and I don't know why it's taking him so long to find him.
I once met him at the Arizona Diamondbacks Stadium, Chase Field. He was about maybe 40 feet away from me when I picked him out of the crowd. I said, is that John Michael Sutton up there? And sure enough, it was.
That's the best story I think I've ever heard. Hey, Coach Andy Hamilton challenging me in the chat here, Eddie. You see that? Anything else I want to see? I don't know. Throw it out there, Andy.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
There it is. I mean, you know, what else can we see from this offense as Killian makes another clutch catch in double coverage?
Yeah, he's just showing off now. I mean, come on, dude. I think he writes right-handed. He caught this ball with his left hand. Watch this. Oh, you got to be kidding. Come on.
It's just stupid. +150 yards for Brett Killian tonight, and it's just getting more and more ridiculous. Brown back to the air. Gonna throw a low one this time. And finds his receiver. Gain of 7 on the play as he finds Porter.
You know, words have power because we talked about, is Vancouver for real because of the quality of opposition they've played. Well, today they're going up against a 3-1 Queen City team, and they're handling them. And we're being reminded by Ike McBride right now that, yes, Vancouver is for real.
Pitch play over to Bravado. Rumbles forward for the first down. And, I mean, if Vancouver continues to play like this, I mean, collectively across the board, it's going to be hard to beat them. It doesn't matter what team is playing them.
BK has just notified me. He stopped running his route during the game and told me he's actually left-handed.
Oh, of course. That sounds right on brand with BK12.
He was running a route, stopped, looked up at me, and pointed to his left hand and said, I'm left-handed.
Brown on first down, gonna loft, and that's just a perfect pass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just silly at this point. There's nothing that Queen City can do when Christian Brown is throwing like this.
I don't know if Vancouver gives out game balls after the game or in a locker room, but they need to give a game ball to every member of this offensive line because Christian Brown has just had his pick of the litter, and he can thank his offensive line for that.
Another 1st and goal here.
Here comes a run. Oh!
Surprised Eddie. Gonna throw. Far side. John Michael Sutton able to get inside the pylon for a touchdown.
I stand corrected. Christian Brown throws his 3rd touchdown pass of the season. Finds his big tight end, who we just spoke of, who was about 7'8" in real life. I don't know, but finds him out there in the flat, gets it to him. Touchdown, Vancouver. Looking to go up 30-0. Extra point pending.
Nimble feet from the 6'7" tight end, able to get into that pylon. I thought he was going out of bounds on that play.
I did too.
To win adds the extra point to make it a 30-0 ball game, and the route is on here in Western Canada. Folks, how many likes do we have on this video so far? Eddie, go ahead and tell them.
I don't know what the answer is, but no matter, I don't care if it's 1,000 likes. The answer is not enough.
There it is. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you got those notifications turned on so you won't miss a minute of SFL and SFLM action, and help that channel grow through your support. Good return here for Queen City by Bob Wood, making it out to the 27-yard line of Queen City. Got to get a 1st down. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. I'm with you. At this point, you're playing for pride, and moving forward, you just want something to be able to build confidence off of.
And you know, some days it's the old sayings. Some days you're the bug, some days you're the windshield. And unfortunately for Queen City, today they are the bug.
I have been on both sides of that, so I can attest to it. I feel your pain.
Delayed handoff. Charlie Baker trying to find a little bit of room, and man, oh man, just great run support by this Vancouver defense all game long.
EK, I'm not sure if you've been paying attention, but Fort Worth looking to close this game out up 6. And right now, Mexico City is burning through timeouts.
Oh, we love to hear that. We love to hear that. Sorry, Mike Dax, don't fire me. 4 wide for Queen City, 2nd and 10. Got to get to a point where they just abandon the run game, I think.
Absolutely, I agree.
Not quite yet. Trying to get a little bit there. Good run there. 5 yards. And that's going to make it a 3rd and 5.
That's the good news. Going to set up a 3rd down and manageable. So the playbook is open. A lot of different possibilities here. Let's see if they can pick this up.
Definitely better than what they've been working with during the course of the game. 3rd and longs primarily, as Brown is going to roll out. Good protection. He's going to throw. He's got his man. 1st down into Vancouver territory. Finally some productivity here. And all it took was getting into a 3rd manageable, Eddie.
Adrian Ellis Sr., that ball was well over his head, but watch this. Reaches out with both hands, brings it in. That ball had to be thrown high. I think that was Andy Hamilton who was trailing on the play, looking to pick the ball off.
Like it was designed that way, just dropping the bucket, but a good play there by Ellis to give Queen City their 2nd 1st down of the evening. Back to the ground game, and nothing much on that one from GP, only a gain of 1.
Good things happen when you can stay in third and manageable situations. And as Queen City just proved right there, things can be done when you're effective on first and second down. A minute 26 seconds left in that Fort Worth Let's Go City game, and Let's Go City just got the ball at about the 25-yard line.
Baker slips the first defender, not able to get past the other. And it's going to bring up another 3rd and 5 here. Queen City looking good.
Does your heart race when you're calling a game while your team is playing at the same time? How do you cope with that?
It's definitely a coping mechanism. You just kind of bury it. 3rd and 5, not where to go with that one. Good open field tackle by Marquise Reed for a loss of 2.
Fourth quarter, guys.
That is going to bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Get your 4s up in the chat. Vancouver looking to celebrate all through the final quarter of play, up 30-0.
30-0. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. You're watching Simulation Football League action here on the Virtual Football Network, the official network of SFLM, SFL, and UFL. So much more coming soon. The Virtual Football Network, where all the best virtual football lives. Go ahead, Eddie.
30-0, and Vancouver looking to get this ball here. And will they try to run out the clock here? Let's see what they do with this offense. I'm very interested to see how it responds. Up 30-0. Seemingly as if they've been playing aggressive all night.
I don't know if it's quite to the point where the backups are going to check into the ball game. It doesn't look like that's where they're going to go, at least not yet. Brown back to the air. Pressure coming from his backside. Suddeth got the catch, and it's going to be a gain of 8.
You know what? I don't want to see him get too many more catches because I'm gonna get a call from Will Todd saying, "Hey, Eddie, I'm thinking about exploring free agency if you don't give me more targets," because I think that was Sutter's 4th or 5th catch tonight.
His productivity has been very high in the second half, Eddie. We didn't see much of him in the first half, so just calm down a little bit. Another angry run, this time by Mike McBride, able to get the first down on that one.
Christian Brown has attempted 32 passes tonight and has completed 75% of them. Very efficient with the passing game.
It's been a clinic. I mean, as Andy Hamilton has been saying all through the chat tonight, CB4 has been playing absolutely lights out as Bravado gets a gain of 2 on that play.
I want to see Andy create a nickname for his offensive line because they've earned it.
True. Do you have any suggestions on that one, Eddie?
Well, I can tell you which one. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Are you serious?
Christian Brown just trying to do it all tonight as he takes off running. You would have thought he rumbled for 40 yards with your reaction, Eddie.
He ducked his shoulder as if he was looking to make contact. If you're my quarterback, I'm screaming, no, just slide. We up 30. What are you doing?
Gains a couple. Shoulder looks fine, thankfully, for Legion faithful. 3rd and 6 here. Brown back to the air. He's looking. He's firing, and he's got another man. Nick Lockett over the middle of the field. And we're going to toss it over to Commissioner Cameron Irvine, Basket SFL HQ. Tell me the good news, Cam.
Thank you, Eric. Yes, I will. This is how it wrapped up. Jordan Sipe looking. Watch Dexter Jackson with the Superman dive for the pick, his 2nd of the game. The Toros snapped the skid, and the defending champs have lost 2 games straight for the first time in 10 months. Back to you.
Sexy Dexy, that's my boy right there.
Against his former team.
Yes, sir. Good win for the Toros there as Vancouver looking to wrap things up here at home on the west coast of Canada. And, the streets are talking, Eddie. What are y'all going to talk about following this game, man?
About the bravado of Christian Brown looking to go out there and make contact. About the offensive line for Vancouver, just giving his quarterback all day. Brett Kidd, I'm sure he's going to showboat, talk about his 200-yard performance or whatever the heck it is at this time. This running game just continues to be productive and stack up touchdowns. Christian Brown only having 3 touchdown passes, yet as a whole, they have about, I believe, 13 touchdowns on the season. It's just amazing productivity by this Vancouver squad.
It's great to see. And you know, we touched on it before we got on air that it's good to see both of these teams performing well in the league. As Vancouver's, you know, that they had last season, which was a bit of an outlier because otherwise they went to the playoffs 8 straight seasons, and last season somehow they went 5-7.
But Queen City still has life. They're still 3-2, you know, above 500. They played a tough team today here in Vancouver on the road, no less. I mean, they're facing one of the hottest teams in the SFL, if not the hottest, other than Washington. And for them to come in here, yes, they're going to take a loss, but they, like I said, their coaches are young in the SFL. They don't have the most experience of the bunch, but they're going to learn from this, get back, collect the data, analyze where they went wrong at, and make their corrections. I'm sure they'll be back moving forward in a positive direction soon.
And it's at Vancouver's peak right now. Like they are playing about as well as, like you said, any other team in the league currently, which is wild. So, you know, sometimes you just catch the wrong team on the right day, you know?
Yep.
Michael Brown content handing it off, and Charlie Baker going to get a gain of 3. And I think we're going to see, really, I mean, we talked about it. This was kind of a prove-it game for Vancouver. They passed their first test, which was probably this game. But they've got 3 straight divisional games coming after this. The last one being against your Arizona Scorpions out in the desert before they hit the bye week.
I'm looking forward to that game. I want to see how we step up to the challenge. And I don't want to put an early prediction out there, but I'm almost hoping that they come out with the same game plan they came out with today, because I want to see how we respond to it defensively.
Would agree, and it's going to be tough. I mean, Sin City is going to be the next game, and they're going to play that at home. They're also going to be playing the Trident here at home, and you talked about how Washington has performed very well early on in this season, and you know, we're getting close to the halfway point already, if you can believe that or not.
The season tends to fly by.
No kidding.
The offseason takes forever to transpire and take place, but once the season starts, oh my goodness!
Oh, there's a pick. Just about everything going right for Vancouver, and Michael Lister able to get the second interception for this defense here tonight. Emmanuel Blackman with the first.
Michael Lister grabs that interception, brings it back about 5 yards, gets up, listens to the crowd, and says, hey, if you want to get a beat on traffic, this game is pretty much over. You can go ahead and get started. Thanks for coming out. Good night, and drive home safely.
It's going to be last call here in just a moment. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. But go ahead and celebrate.
What is this formation? Is it like ace empty or something? What is that?
Let's see. CB4 going to throw it down. John Michael Sutton able to snatch that one down and rumble for a first down. Unbelievable. I mean, they are just pouring it on, man. I know. Everything going right for him.
Using that big body frame, you could tell, you know, he just stood no chance. The defender did to make that play just too big. Trying to go around him to make a play, and you can't do that. You got to go through him. That's what coaches tell you to do. I know it's a hard task to do, but you got to sacrifice your body to try to make a play.
And you touched on it, Eddie. I mean, these defensive numbers are only going to inflate more as Nick Lockett gets a touchdown over the middle of the field. And man, oh man, Vancouver fans are, understandably so, just going bonkers here tonight.
They are, and Nick Lockett, he almost deserves a touchdown at this point because he's had several catches to move the chains on third down, and why not reward the young man with a touchdown of his own?
Had a nice one-handed grab to set up a first and goal situation a couple drives ago. Brett Killian, another one that probably could have gotten a touchdown at this point, but you know, he's got over 150 yards. Nick Lockett now in the century mark.
He don't need it.
Extra point up and good. All right, folks. Well, we've still got games tomorrow. Okay, Week 5 continues tomorrow. It's headlined by the unbeaten Washington Trident, welcoming in one-loss Houston at 9 p.m. Eastern. Other matchups include Nashville, Florida, Denver, Pittsburgh, Oklahoma City, Los Angeles. It's football all day long right here on the Virtual Football Network. You don't want to miss it.
I would love to see Queen City drive downfield here with 4:58 left and end this drive with a touchdown. So I won't have to hear Brett Killian's mouth. I mean, he's already going to be showboating about everything else they've done. A shutout is the icing on the cake. So hopefully for Queen City, they can get a touchdown here. 0 shutouts in franchise history.
Come
on, Queen
juicy
City.
Nugget right there. That is a
Come on,
juicy
Queen
nugget
City.
right there. Little added motivation for the Corsairs as they
There
get a
you
first
go.
down on first down.
You can do it, Queen City. I believe in you.
Michael Brown got to throw into coverage and incomplete. Brings up second down.
At that point, the receiver's got to help his quarterback out and just stop his route. You got a defender barreling down on you. Give him separation. Just run like a quick hook or something. Come back to the ball and make that an easier catch to make.
Vancouver faithful are going to be very angry at you, Eddie.
I know they are. I'm sorry. I might not get out of here alive.
Low throw, catch made, and tackle after a gain of 3. 3rd and 7. Brown
Yes!
finds his man. First down yard is near midfield. Still going no huddle.
Great job. Y'all can do it. I believe in y'all.
Ellis Sr. with the catch. Brown back to the air. Bobbled. Catch is made.
There we go.
Ryan Davis.
Farnsey with the tackle.
Brown again.
Oh.
Throws it incomplete. It looked like he had an opportunity. Drew Hamilton back there at strong safety. Didn't want any part of that.
He did not. I don't blame him. That was James Matthews Jr. in the area, who's without a catch today so far on just that one target.
And that's wild. I mean, big time playmaker, James Matthews Jr. Another 3rd and 7.
4 down territory.
Brown throws by Lister. And that is definitely going to do it there. As Vancouver going to easily be able to chew the clock out. 2 picks for Lister tonight.
So the fans will let me leave here safely because the shutout is going to be preserved, it looks like, and I get to live another day.
Yeah, I think Andy Hamilton was going to find you in the parking lot.
I was waiting for Adrian Ellis to score the touchdown so I could say, Adrian, we did it! With the Rocky impression. That's what I was going to say.
Adrian!
Yeah, that's right.
CB4 just continuing to light it up. I mean, good grief. He's just made every throw on the field tonight. Bear with another catch.
At this point, I mean, they're just throwing salt on the wound. I mean, why are we throwing the ball downfield up, come on.
And he threw that one late, Eddie. He threw that one late.
He threw it late because his offensive line gave him time.
Goodness gracious. I mean, I can't think of the last time that I was in the booth for a game where it was just this textbook, just clinical by one team.
You know what else we can talk about in the SFL? I'm sure Ken will talk about it too. Just 2 weeks ago, Mexico City looked like they were running away with the division after beating 2 powerhouse teams. They are now 2-2, and Fort Worth, who hasn't won since week 1, are tied with them, and because of the head-to-head win, are ahead of them in the standings as well.
I mean, I think Fort Worth is sitting at 2-3 now, because I think they had 2 losses in a row before tonight. So they'll be okay. They are 2-2. Okay,
2-2.
I'm getting the producer in my ear here. Thanks, Cam.
Mexico City is now in last place in the South. Wow.
Wow.
Are you kidding?
Wow. Unbelievable.
I'm sure he'll talk about that on Monday Night Spectacular. Look at Christian Brown showing up.
Christian, we just lowered
Lower
his
your shoulder. What are you doing,
He's
bro?
doing it again, Eddie.
You're up 37-0. Get this man off the field
Get him
before
out.
you give Andy Harrington a heart attack. What are you doing?
You're going to give us all heart attacks. CB4, please.
Mark Lopez just fainted. They had put salt over his nose to get him to revive the guy. Come on, man. What are you doing, CB?
For the love of gravity, just slide, my man.
Christian Brown said, get off me.
Get off me. Man, oh man. And Vancouver's just having fun tonight, man. No, and he's going again. QB sneak.
You know what? At this point, I almost want him to get carted off the field just as a learning lesson. I hate to say that's not nice.
Do you think that we'll see him like maybe in some sort of yoga pose with like his legs literally up by his ears or something?
I just want to see him laid out like Harish was yesterday. That'd be nice. He'll be back next week, so I'm sure he'll be fine.
He'll be fine. 2 minutes to go. We're all having fun here, man. 2 minutes to go. Vancouver up big on Queen City. SFL on VFN action continues. We're having fun up here in the broadcast booth. Eric Vincent, Eddie Gage, Justin Reside and Ike McBride in the stats truck, and Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ trying to keep us together and make sure we don't do anything stupid.
Right. Like get fined. I don't want to get fined.
I don't want to get fined. I've been fired several times, man. I'm tired. Your man is tired. Brown end zone touchdown again. VK12. There's the touchdown that we said he should have gotten, and man, you're gonna hear about it.
I remember when Bossier City was put on a clinic a couple weeks ago, and Johnny Pickler in the second quarter said somebody warmed the bus up, and it's kind of where we got into that point in this game, and unfortunately, Queen City's on the wrong end of it. But like I said before, we all as coaches have been there. I've been there several times. I remember a game in which Vancouver beat us in Arizona. I believe the final score was like 45-0, and we just could not do anything right. So take it from me, guys. If anything, we've all been there, including myself. You'll bounce back just fine. You just got to stick to the grind.
And this ties the most points scored in this series with 44 and shatters the largest margin of victory between these two teams as well, going back to season 12. Previous margin was 16 points, by the way, Eddie, and we're sitting at a cool 44 at this point.
A cool 44. Queen City, I believe in you. It's 1:55 left. You got all 3 timeouts. Do me a solid. I want to hear, Adrian, we did it. Let's go, Adrian.
Let's go. Bettors with Jack's data are sitting cool, calm, and collected here. Over has been hit. 17.5 point spread has been hit. There's Adrian right there. Couldn't come up with that one. Incomplete.
I mean, these defenders are still playing hard. They are trying to preserve that shutout.
I mean, you know this, Eddie, playing on defense for so many seasons. I mean, it's a bit of pride, You want to pitch that goose egg on the board as a defense.
I remember one season we were shutting out Charles, and they scored, I believe it was a field goal with like a minute left, and I was pissed. Oh, that'd have been a touchdown.
Man.
That was cover 0. Oh, my goodness.
Jack Russell able to peanut punch that one out.
Yes.
Joe Beasley, and it falls to the turf.
Shout out to Peanut Tillman.
3rd and long now.
Come on, Queen City.
We just want to get the Adrian call. We want the Adrian call. Brown, over the middle, incomplete. 4th down.
4th and 10.
Man, starter's still out there too, Eddie. I mean, you know that they want that shutout.
They want that shutout. They aren't going anywhere. The coach tried to get them out. They looked at the sidelines and said, don't even think about asking me to come off the field because it is not happening. Cover 12.
Here we go. 4th down. Empties out the backfield. 5 wide. Brown gonna throw. Incomplete. And Vancouver is gonna get out of here with the shutout.
Well, they still have all 3 timeouts, so let's see what happens. But
yeah, I suppose.
That was a tight window.
I know. Mark Lopez in the area. Ron Hoff able to make the hit. Jack Russell was ready to make another hit. I mean, good Lord, man.
Ike McBride is asking Cam to shut off my microphone.
No, don't you dare. Don't you dare. That's a Hall of Famer. Put some respect on his name.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Vancouver still with
Throwing
the
the ball.
starters out there.
Sacked.
Oh, trouble. Down he goes. Chad Stinson able to get the sack, and Queen City with the timeout.
It'd have been really nice if you'd have coughed it up on the fumble. They picked it up and rumbled and stumbled about 70
that would have been
yards
fun.
to the end
That
zone.
would have been fun.
In shotgun up 30.
I mean, hey, you stick with the game plan, Eddie.
Stick with the game plan.
Over 400 yards through the air for Christian Brown, and he's not done. Throws, low throw. Catch made by John Michael Sutton somehow.
Luke
It's
Swift
gonna
had
bring
an
up
opportunity.
38.
It was
Man.
right there.
Man,
No one would have
oh,
caught him.
man.
30
Man.
of 39 for 426 yards.
The league
and
fans
3
are still
touchdowns.
going to find you in the parking lot, Eddie. I'm
They
telling you
probably
that
will.
right now.
Yeah. I'm going to need security. Hopefully the security guards don't live in Vancouver.
Third down. Brown with a clean pocket. Throws across his body into double coverage. And he still almost completed it to Lily
He
Nakai.
threw that ball to the other side of the field, throwing off his back foot while backpedaling. Had that been completed, I mean, at this point, you just shake your head and say, hey, the better team won, because that would have been a ridiculous throw.
Yeah. Fourth down now. 35-yard field goal attempt.
Wow. The field goal kicker is trying to meet his quota.
And he's got 3 already.
Chance to win is up and good. Still perfect on the season.
Give him number 4. Only one timeout left now for Queen City. We still got an opportunity for the Adrian call. We want the Adrian call.
Yes, we need the Adrian call.
See, Doug Day knows Queen City's still with a chance to put points on the board.
That's right.
I love both teams still like, well, the shutout's still in the question.
Still in
Oh,
question.
well, still got a chance to score.
I'd like to see Vancouver come out in an all-out blitz. They throw a 90 arrow route. It's caught and returned 80 yards for 6. But instead, it's cover 12.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. You didn't think that was going to happen, did you?
Wow. James
I mean,
Matthews had 3 defenders surrounding him.
The starters are still out there, Eddie, but
Yes,
I mean,
they are.
Vancouver ain't stupid. I mean, come on, man. Oh, man. I think that's a huge talking point there, though. James Matthews Jr., only a couple targets here
Yes.
tonight, just has
2.
not gotten involved.
Team's leading receiver by far.
Four wide for the Corsairs, single back. Brown short drop, sets his feet, fires, catches made, slips the defender. Tackled by Mark Lopez, saves the touchdown, and Queen City is out of timeouts.
Burns that last time out. They got about 61 yards to pay dirt.
And we talked about Beasley, too. Only 3 catches,
Yeah.
43 yards. Big play threat, but just has not been there for Queen City.
Not today. Vancouver's defense has answered the call.
Wide, James Matthews Jr. at the bottom of the formation. Brown gonna go over the middle and another pick. DJ Woods with the interception. And Eddie, I think I hear that fat lady by now.
Oh yeah, he just jumped up, looked up. He looked right in the booth where we're sitting at, and just kind of waved his finger at me and said, "How dare you, sir? I'm sorry, DJ."
Man, oh man. This is, again, I said it, this is about as dominant of a win as I think I have ever seen in the SFL. And that's saying something, considering Vancouver gave Oklahoma City a shellacking here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, in the SFL, one thing I've come to learn as a coach, it's all about matchups and how you fared that day and how you utilize those strengths and weaknesses of your opponent. So, like I said, I'm sure Queen City will take this one on the chin. It's going to hurt today, but once the emotions subside, as I always tell my locker room, they'll figure out what went right and wrong and correct those problems.
As a coach, you always, whether it's win or lose, you give yourself 24 hours. Then after that, it's back to work.
Back to work. There's no time off for a head coach in the SFL, win or lose.
No, sir. No, sir. Well, Queen City, you're going to have to travel to Baltimore to take on the 5-time champs in a divisional matchup next week. That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, Vancouver are going to stay at home on the west coast of Canada and take on the Sin City Samurai, and that'll be a divisional matchup for them as they are sitting comfortably at 4-0 in the West Division.
I don't know who I want to win that one. I hate both teams.
Spoken like a Western Division resident
right.
here. 47-0, the final score. Eddie, any final thoughts that we haven't touched on before we let the people go?
Vancouver answered a lot of questions today about the validity of their record, about the validity of their defense. You know, they answered a lot of questions. But some are going to say, hey, you haven't satisfied me just yet. I still need to see more. And I think they're going to answer a ton of questions next week when they take on that Sin City defense because they are for real. Let's see how they match up versus them. But shout out to them anyway. You can only play who's in front of you. They took on a 3-1 Queen City team. Came out the victors here at home, sending the fans home happy. For Queen City, keep your head up. Despite this embarrassing loss, you're still 3-2 on the season, above 500. No one expected you guys to win a single game based off what we've seen in recent seasons. Keep your head up. It's a long way for this season to go. No time to keep your head down now.
On behalf of the Hall of Famer Eddie Gage, Justin Reside, and Ike McBride, and StatStruck, Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. My name is Eric Vincent. Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of the SFL on VFN. We got more SFL action coming your way here in the 9 o'clock hour at Eastern Time with Bossier City and Indianapolis. We will see you then.